This podcast is going to be a bit of a doozy. I know you see the title, and I'm only going to keep it all the way 100 with y'all. But please do understand that though I am a brother, I am not here to shit on black men. You see, when it comes to the male sex, right, across the board, in my opinion, in between 60 to 80% of us, there's something about us that ain't shit. Straight up. Now, granted, there are good men out there. There's a good maybe 10 to 15, 20 at the most percent of men who are good. Some of them seen as squares, some of them seen as lames by some women, right? These are good men, faithful, honest, hardworking. Not saying that they're Poindexters or nerdy or don't know how to talk to the opposite sex. Hell, some men are just real men. They just manly men, alpha men. They just not with all the running around because hell, there's diseases out here and they not trying to be in baby mama drama. You do have a few guys that just want to have a good woman and settle down. Granted, that might come after their player phase, after they fuckboy phase, after they dog ass phase. But bottom line, they want to be good men and they just want to work at being a one-woman man. Emphasis on the word work on being a good man, all right? On the words work on being a good man. Now, let me break down the ain't shitness of men and where this topic is stemming from. You see, the other day, there's this publication I follow on Facebook called Atlanta Black Star, right? And I love what they do. You can tell it's black owned, black operated, and they stay on top of black issues, right? And the report was on how China appears to be slowly colonizing Africa with the deals that they're making. Apparently, China is making these sort of subprime type loans to African nations. And it's not just African nations, it's nations in Europe and other parts of Asia, such as Sri Lanka or what have you. The Chinese are making deals where they say, hey, we'll build this railroad for you if you willing to give this up in case you default on the loan. We'll give you this money for this, and we'll build a highway for you. We'll build a skyscraper for you. We'll build this space station or whatever the case may be. We'll build this port or what have you for you. But if you default, we get to take a huge chunk of your land or whatever. Yeah, some sort of penalty in case that country defaults on that loan. Yeah, but bottom line, there's a lot of Chinese workers that are coming to these African countries. They're building Chinese bases on African soil. They're building shopping centers and stuff like that are for Chinese people. Homes and condos and residents for Chinese folks to move in. So, and there's plenty of workers from China that's over there working, right? Now, those men, the Chinese men that's over there, they're dating women, African women, right? And not only are they dating African women, some of them are having kids with these women. Now, a few of them are marrying these black women who they meet in Africa, right? In different African countries. Now, if it's for love and they're making it work and, it's two people and they really want to make it work, all right, cool. I can't hate on that. You know what I mean? I can't hate on that. If it's for love and it's real, it's genuine, make it happen. Me, myself, I want to It's dark as can be Africanized sister. Straight up. Most women I've ever dated in my life have been dark brown or dark skin, blue black, you know? I don't know, man, that's just me. But yeah, bottom line, if you're with that, then that's cool. And some of them, they're making it work. Now, others, they're meeting black women, they're having sex with them, they're having kids by these sisters, but guess what? They're not sticking around. These Chinese brothers, they hauling ass, leaving the African woman to be in their country a single mother of a half African, half Asian baby. So yeah, some of those Chinese dudes, they ain't shit with their rag ass. You know what I mean? So it ain't just brothers out here impregnating sisters, and that narrative that's being sold about black men, not being in kids' lives, that which is some BS. That's propaganda, y'all. Don't believe the hype. With most black men, they're there in their kids' families, even if it's on a part-time weekend basis. That most black men are there for their kids. So it ain't just brothers out here, some brothers that are being irresponsible. Should you have some white dudes that's out here having kids with sisters and hauling ass on those sisters, leaving them single mothers. I got somebody that's close to me, she hooked up with a white dude back in the day, had a kid, and the white dude disappeared. Shoot, last I heard, he got locked up on some bullshit. Oh, in and out of jail ass white dude. So that goes to show you ain't shit people are in all races. Period. So yeah. They over there doing what they do and hauling ass back to China, leaving babies behind. You know? So that goes to show you, man, ain't shit dudes are something very well. And it got me to thinking. I was like, you know what, man? I have enough sisters, complaining to me about the sorry ass dudes that they came across, what have you. And I thought I'd break it down. I just want to give fair warning. I'm not shitting on men because there are ancient women in the world. That I can agree with. Hell, I'm going to do another segment on ancient women, guys. So don't think I'm just shitting on y'all. Don't worry. They coming. I'm coming with it. It's just this time around, I'm just gonna break it down how most men ain't shit. And the stuff that women need to kind of, the warnings or whatever, not really warnings, but the list of how most men ain't shit. Now, if you're a good dude, you're a hardworking man, you're willing to be loyal to one woman and y'all making it work, alright, cool. I ain't talking about y'all. You good men. You're in that 10 to maybe 15-20% range or whatever, who can possibly be faithful or might flirt a little, or you might like a few pics on Instagram, but for the most part, you're a good dude, right? I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about most of us who ain't shit. Now, one type of ain't shit man, right, are the fuck boys. That's automatic. I'll just jump right into it. The fuck boys with the fuckery. The ones that'll talk to a woman and feed her a whole line of bullshit talking about, well, I love you, I miss you, I care for you, all this other emotional stuff, right? Building her up. She thinking that it might be something special, but he's doing all this to run game, and when he doesn't have to do that, to be honest with you. Hell, most women I ever came across just might be being funny, honest, and charming, and straight up about what it is, what I want. I always end up with what I want, you know what I mean? But the woman can walk away with some level of respect from me. Because I ain't sit up there and give her the runaround. I ain't lied to her. And I gave her the option to be like, okay, she can fuck with me or not, But for the most part, if you on some fuckboy shit, you gonna break her heart. That's gonna piss her off, Now, if your car gets keyed, the windows in your car get busted or whatever. It's immature, yes, but if it happens, hey, you took that risk out now. You know what I mean? So live with it. Made your bed, now lay in it. Yeah, that's one way how some men ain't shit, right? Then you have some guys who, how could I put this? They're degenerates, fuck ups, sociopaths. Can't seem to stay out of trouble. Granted, these kind of guys turn some women on. Hell, some of them might want to turn their life around. Be like, man, I done been in jail once. Forget all that. I'll just keep this job. Found me a good woman. I'm gonna just roll with it. But if you come across a dude that's so in and out of jail ass dude, well, put him in the ain't shit category. Because it's like, damn, could have sworn, you want to be there for her and all that, but you can't seem to keep your ass out of jail. You automatically in the ain't shit category, Can't seem to find a decent job, and you have to work on yourself. Probably need some therapy, my brother, straight up and down. But yeah, that's another ain't shit person, right? Then you have some dudes, they can't seem to keep their dick in their pants and tend to always need to have more than one woman on deck, aka the cheaters. Guys who cheat, I don't understand, y'all. You better off just being single, because if you keeping this woman around because you're familiar with her, you care for her, you love her, so you say, or whatever, but you want to lie to her, you want to lie to her and sleep around with other women and stuff like that. You possibly could be bringing home a disease, my brother. You possibly could be bringing in all kinds of extra drama for no damn reason, by you out here sneaking, freaking, and cheating. Hell, you might as well just stay single, bruh, instead of out here lying to women, to a woman, you know what I mean? Causing her all kinds of grief and headache, all because you selfish and want to keep her in your life, and you sneaking and freaking. And then if she fuck around and flirt with one dude, you want to blow the fucking world up. Like, nah, nigga, sit your punk ass down. Don't be out here cheating. Right? That's another thing, Now, another person, way that men ain't shit, and that you gotta be on the lookout for, ladies. The other ain't shit person is the dude who lets their money speak. Granted, you have some guys that are generous or whatever. Alright, cool. Whatever, right? But you got some guys that just because they make a bunch of money, they feel that they can treat you any old kind of way, right? There's one sister who I knew, she was dating a guy, he was kind of a hot producer down here in Miami or whatever, right? He made a few hits for some folks, so his money was looking right, you know what I mean? And he paid her student loans, paid for her condo. When her mama was sick, he made sure to take care of the medical bills and stuff like that. And he seemed like a good dude at first, until one day, right? One day, he went to the mall, he did some shopping, he came back, right? I guess he went over his spending limit. This dude got mad at my friend or whatever, saying that, oh, bitch, you took my motherfucking card and my debit card, and you out here spending all this shit. I know you took my card out of my motherfucking wallet, bitch, and did. This dude proceeded to mush her in the face. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for the mom, like, coming in to break all that up or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, he probably would have, like, really just stomped the shit out of her over a few $1,000s or whatever, Hell, you big ballin' and shot calling, you ain't gonna miss that money, even if she did steal it. But yeah, just because he got the money, he figured he can talk to her any old kind of way. And she felt obligated. Sad thing about it is she felt obligated to be with him because he had money, And eventually she left his dumb ass. But yeah, for the most part, you got some guys who, just because they got money, They figure they can talk to a woman any old kind of way, you know. Another side of ain't shitness by most of us men. You got some guys that can't seem to keep their dick in their pants in terms of baby making. For some reason, you got some men out here, they'll meet a woman, right? Get with her for a while, butter her up, and then the minute she have his kid, he's on to the next one. Like, he might be in his child's life, in a child's life or whatever, but in terms of a relationship with the baby's mom, it's like, nah, I need to find a new girl. So it's like they have to roam around, Rolling Stones or whatever, and just impregnate women left and right for some odd reason, you know? Granted, in the end, you end up with like 20 different baby mamas, a bunch of kids and shit, you know? But hey, for some reason, they have to have that conquest of having a woman have their baby, you know? Now, that could prove hella costly, because for every child from when they're born up until age 18, on average, it's around $250,000. So unless you balling out of control and you willing to take care of your kids like what Bob Marley did, because Bob Marley, he had like, what, 10, 11, 12 kids. He took care of all of them financially, and he tried to be there for every last one of them, right? So he wasn't no absentee deadbeat dad. You know, at least he tried. You know what I mean? Unless you on that, where you at least trying to take care of all your kids or whatever, you ain't shit, bro. And to the women that's coming across a dude with a bunch of kids and shit like that, and you still want to have kids with the dude, I don't know what the hell's wrong with y'all, man. But hey, if that's what you want, we like it. Y'all love it. You love it, we like it, all right? Do you? But yeah, that's another way most men ain't shit. Another way that most men ain't shit are the guys who are, how could I put it, functioning addicts. Guys who gotta smoke, they gotta drink, pop pills, you know, Xanny, smoke weed. You know, they feel they have to do this every day just for them to function. They gotta drink. They gotta do something to keep themselves sane throughout the week. You know, functioning addicts. See, the thing about a functioning addict, man, you know, at one point it probably was recreational, but then there was like, dog, I need this to, you know, de-stress at the end of the day. That can easily turn into an addiction if they're not careful, you know. So that's another way, and that can happen with anybody, male, female. But for now, I'm talking about how most men ain't shit. So yeah, that's another ain't shit motherfucker, you know. Then you have somebody that's a psychopaths. You know, somebody that's narcissistic. You can throw them in there. Of course, bipolar disorder. Of course, schizophrenia, paranoia, depression. You know what I mean? You know, some of those guys, they need psychiatric help. The question is, are they willing to seek it? You know? Are they willing to seek it? Now, granted, if they're willing to seek help and work on it, and that's just the condition that they're in, all right, cool. Then that's up to you to want to stick around, and hopefully they continue staying on top of working on themselves. But yeah, if a person is a psychopath, as nutty as squirrel shit, man, that's another way. Put them in the ain't shit category. Straight up. All right. Now, another ain't shit person, and this is from varying degrees that I'm going to bring up, right, is what are their people with unusual sexual kinks. Granted, some guys that have a specific kink, they might be a good person. You know, they have a good job, high paying job, hell, might be a big boss CEO of something, you know. But For some reason, that dude might like to wear a diaper and act like a baby as their sexual fetish. Got some people that are into BDSM. Now, if you're into BDSM and that's your lifestyle, but you're still a good person, all right, cool. But to some women, they might not be into that. You know what I mean? That might not be their cup of tea. They might want something that's vanilla and figure, no, you crazy, you doing too much, automatically put you in the ain't shit category. You know? I'm just saying what some women might think. Throw you in the ain't shit category. But yeah, are their sexual kinks something that's outside of what you want? You know? Hell, some guys, they love you, but they love sleeping with other women, but they gotta be somebody's wife. So they're boom, they might be into swingers. You know what I'm saying? You have some dudes that they like threesomes for some reason. You know what I mean? Every so often, they want to do a threesome with you. You know, hell, some guys they might be into cuckolding. They might be into cuckolding, where they want to sit down in a room and watch you have sex with somebody. You know, that might not be your thing. You know, they might automatically put that dude in the ain't shit category because they can't do nothing with them. They can't do shit with them. That ain't what they want. You know, and like I said, I ain't saying that those type, whatever your kink is, that's your kink. I ain't here to shame or judge. I'm just saying some women will look at that person like they ain't shit. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, for the most part, in my opinion, man, at least like 70 to 80% of men ain't fall in some kind of ain't shit category. All right? I'm only bringing all this up because, you know, most of us that are in the ain't shit category, and I include myself, but I'm growing, I'm getting better. Most of us that are or was in the ain't shit category, for the most part, you know, we're just living our lives and just trying to have fun, you know. Granted, what's fun to one person is destructive to another. You know what I'm saying? So just look out for certain signs or whatever. You know what I mean? Trust your gut. Trust your instinct. The way I see it, just look at most men as ain't shit until proven otherwise, ladies. Look at most men as ain't shit until proven otherwise. Because straight up and down, you don't need the headache, man. Unless you love the drama. Because hell, that's another opinion of mine. I think most women, they just like to have something to fuss about or whatever until they decide to be like, you know what, I'm going to settle down and chill. You know what I mean? Now, you have a few smart women that's like, you know what, I'm young. Let me find somebody that's young and on the up and up, and we can make moves together, you know? But outside of that, you know, you have most women who want to go out and do what they do and explore. For those who want to do what they do and explore, just look out for these signs, man. Oh, one more story before I wrap up, right? I have an old college friend of mine. Her sister was dating a white dude, right? Well, she's married to a white dude, right? Once again, whatever you do, what you do. I ain't out here hating. You do what you do. I wouldn't do it because I love sisters. That's my addiction. I'm a chocoholic. But yeah, you got this one sister who I know. Her sister married a white dude, right? She met him in college. She thought she found him knight in shining armor in a way, right? Granted, here's the thing though. Every brother that approached her, she ignored him. She figured, oh, he's black, so he might be a problem. Or he seemed like a good brother, but he seems a little too nerdy. He seems like a good brother, but he might dog me. You know, she always had an excuse for every brother that approached her. White dude or whatever, he's not really, he wasn't even the best looking dude or whatever, you know what I mean? He was like had bad acne, just weird looking, nerdy looking, just weird looking dude or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But because he was white and was in college, she thought everything was cool. Okay, fast forward 8 years later, the same sister that ignored all brothers was like, I'm sick of him. He's like a big child. He plays video games. He's like a big kid. I got my master's in accounting and I'm doing my thing. He got his associates. He got a job as a bookkeeper at some kind of, I'm not too sure where, but he got a job as a bookkeeper at a company, and boom, he stayed there like for a good like 4 or 5 years at that time, right? And the sister just going on and on and on, just mad as hell. He's a big kid. I have to tell him to do everything, and I thought we were gonna grow together, but it's like he got comfortable at his job. I want him to do more, and it's like he doesn't want to listen. He's just happy with what it is he wants, what he has going on. So it's like, yeah, she stumbled across somebody that, a bit of a man child. Yeah, he able to maintain a job and shit like that, but she has to carry most of the financial burden. So she ended up with a man child with his ain't shit ass. So yeah, man, just look out for all the fuckery, ladies, because most of us ain't shit, man. I mean, even some of the good ones, they might slip up. They might meet a woman at their job or wherever, church, wherever, right? And they chilling, they getting to know one another on the slide. Next thing you know, oops, one thing leads to another. They have a moment of indiscretion. Question is, are you willing to take that man back? Are you willing to forgive that person and move forward if he's a good dude, Hell, you might have some situations where a whole relationship gets started. Now there's a mistress in the mix. Are you willing to accept that? Accept the other woman, and you two love that man as for him, and y'all make that dynamic work, right? Are you willing to do that? Because hell, you have some guys that they work, do the best they can, but hey, they just so happen to have that side chick, So yeah, are you willing to accept that or forgive momentary indiscretions or whatever? Indiscretion or indiscretions. Because you might have a good dude, but he slipped up like once, twice, 3 times maybe. You know what I mean? But yeah, are you willing to accept that? Forgive and forget. As if they're a good dude. Now, I'm going to leave y'all with this last bit of information before I wrap up, alright? Ladies, if you come across a guy, he's been through his player phase, and he wants to be a one-woman man on some Dave Hollister shit, only go after men who are really working on themselves. They're really taking the time to add to their soul's progression. They really want to work at become better human beings. And as you're working on becoming a better human being, find somebody who's willing to put in the work, who's willing to change. Don't try to find somebody and then try to force them to change. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna happen. You're messing with damn near a lost cause right there. Unless they're willing to make that positive change. Leave that ancient motherfucker alone. Because if they're not showing signs of growth, maturity, and it's not even about finances all the way, I mean, that's cool. That's important. But if they're not willing to work on themselves, hell, even if they got to go to therapy and take a step back and evaluate themselves, as long as they're willing to change for the better, give that person a chance. Maybe that one-time bad boy might be that knight in shining armor that you looking for. Hell, he done ran through some hoes. He done smashed a few broads. He done had his fun. Alright, he want to change. He want to be good to you. You know? So accept him for who he is, flaws and all, right? And y'all make it work. But like I said, he's got to be willing to want to change. If that's not there, you leave his ain't shit ass alone. Straight up. Well, that's my 2 cents on how most men ain't shit. I'm pretty sure there's a few things that I'm leaving out. But I just thought I'd get a quick rundown, you know? How most of us ain't shit, you know? Some of us are violent criminals. Some that just have super bad tempers. You know, that's another one that you got to be careful for. Yeah, I just thought I'd slide that in before I wrap everything up. But yeah, but bottom line, you know, most of us men ain't shit. Some of us cheat. Some of us feel we need a side chick. Some of us feel... Some of us got more than one baby mama. Some of us have bad attitudes. Some of us quick to flirt with everything in a skirt. You know what I mean? But hey, like I said, it's up to you to pick and choose who's right for you. You know? That's if you're trying to find love. If you're just out here just, you know, sleeping around and you're going through your quote-unquote hoe phase or whatever, all right, cool, just do you, right? Do you, shout it. But for the most part, you know, if you're looking for love, something real, beware of the ain't shits. Most of us ain't shit men. Alright? Most of us men ain't shit. I'm only keeping it 100. Alright, for those who need some relationship advice, my first few videos or whatever, you know, just check those out. You know, for those who are coming off of a breakup, listen to that video. When the love is gone, that's that one. Yeah, I gotta just check those out, and hopefully you can learn and grow. If you have any naive ass friends, please share this podcast, because I just want to make sure that those young sisters who don't know no better, I'm really giving y'all a heads up warning. Most of us men ain't shit. We ain't shit until proven otherwise, man. I'm only keeping it 100, man. And me as a man, you know, I love being a man. You know? And that's why I'm going to give some game to these naive brothers through these podcasts. But for the most part right now, for the ladies, I'm going to look out for y'all and just keep it all the way 100, man. Most of us ain't shit. Shrug shoulders, man. Kanye shoulder shrug. Most of us ain't shit. But yeah, share this with your naive ass friend that need to know, that don't know no better. And be sure to check out me out. If you have any questions, just email me at dke305@gmail.com. That's D as in dog, K as in kitchen, E as in electric, 305@gmail.com. Ask any questions that you want. Check me out on YouTube at Damn Your Logic. I would like to chop it up with some of y'all in the comment section whenever I can, because I'm slowly posting up these podcasts online or whatever. You know what I mean? So yeah, you can check me on Instagram at Damn Your Logic. On Instagram, my other Instagram is DWP. D as in dog, W as in writing, P as in publishing, _CEO, DWP CEO. That's my other Instagram. You can hit me up on there as well. You can catch up with me at King Nick Anthony on Twitter. King Nick Anthony on Twitter. Catch up with my works and stuff like that on my website at www.thehoodiewritingandpublishing.com. Check out my bookstore. You can look at some of the videos that I got up there. Get some of my works, and I'll be glad to chop it up with you if you have any questions. Just email me. All right. If you're a fan of my work, I also offer my services as a writer and a consultant. If you need help, the play-by-play on self-publishing game, I got you all day. What else? If you need voiceover work, hit me up. I got you, baby. I also do writing services as well, technical writing. If you need a book that needs to be written, a manual that needs to be written, I got you, baby. I got you. Ebooks written, I got you. Copywriting for promo, I got you. Just holler at me. Grant writing, right now I'm in the process of helping a startup nonprofit get their grants lined up. So in the future, I'm definitely gonna might be seeking people to help me with that, but let me get my feet wet and get everything off the ground first. All right. So yeah, I offer grant writing as well. Anything to do with writing, just holler at me. All right. www.thehoodiewritingandpublishing.com. That's my 2 cents on this topic. Thank you for listening. Please share. Follow me on Instagram. Subscribe on Facebook. And peace. Y'all stay blessed.
The podcast you just heard was published with Anchor. Got something you want to say to the creator of this show? Send them a voice message using the Anchor app, free for iOS and Android.